alias Pfeiffer. Welcome, homie. Appreciate you, bro.
Warning. The following program contains scenes which may offend some viewers. Others may experience mild discomfort, nagging backache, post-nasal drip, and delirium, followed by rapid heartbeat, swelling of the nose, throat, and abdomen, and loss of facial hair. Repeated viewing of this tape may result in the loss of one's bodily functions, redistribution of facial features, premature baldness, and a difficulty in forming simple sentences. So, if you're seriously considering a rewarding, challenging career as a lawn ornament, this is the show for you.
Video Martin Dorsal. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. A wee bit early for what we normally do on the show, but man, I'm on the tail end of it. Mom Knows Treasures, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. Hello, Winebender, Nebulous Prowler. Yeah. Get everybody a couple extra minutes to jump in here and kind of realize what's going on here. Quit's just not cooperating, but yeah, okay. I can send you some of my AOL 500-hour disc, Eric, if I don't mind. I can send it down. Sean, Beat Stylist, yeah. 10 years, baby. 10 MFing years, dude. Crazy talk. We're almost done with that and going into fucking 11 now. Old radios up in this mug. You love to see it. Vacay week. Just got back from the coast this evening. And boy, are my arms tired. All right. And thanks all you guys for joining us, but also the folks joining us in the studio. Oh, wait, there's nobody. All by myself. 45. Oh yeah, I need to bring back the 45 mic for the 10th anniversary, man. Dean Martin and Chambers brother record. Woof. I love me some Dean Martin, baby. Thump Finger. Mention some old school cats. Thump Finger up in this mug. Having a Promise marathon over here. Yeah, dude. Thank you, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Some of you guys have been around for a really long time, and it's absolutely ridiculous, and we really do appreciate that. Yeah, I just got back. Been on vacation since last Friday, and did the weekend thing last weekend, and then jetted off to Oak Island, North Carolina, on Monday. And the fiance fished down there for a few days. I'll show some pictures. We'll talk about it. Anyway, coming up in a little bit. But yeah, it was a good time. Had a good time. It's a nice reset. You know, a lady from work asked me, like, "Oh, somebody said you're going to be on vacation next week," and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm going down the coast to do some surf fishing, or as I like to call it, church, because that's exactly what it is. It's church. It's an absolute reset period. And even though some years I feel it more than I do others, but I make myself go and do it every year to just, it's a 0 point. It's the origin point to do a little quick reset and get grounded back to nature. Stick your wiener in the sand. And that didn't come out how I wanted it to, but a mini doc about GMRN. Oh my God. GMRN after dark or after morning, or fuck, how would we do that? That's yeah, JFC still banned. Actually, Jay just left. To Jay's credit, Jay's got he worked late tonight, and then he's got to get up and be in there in like 6 a.m. in the morning. So I hear you, but I'm kind of running on fumes. That's kind of why. I mean, I'm feeling good right now, but I wanted to start the show off feeling good. I didn't want to stretch it out to where it was like, midnight and I'm sitting here by myself, and it's a good time to do it. I don't think there's no reason to not do it a little earlier. I know there's the morning after. That'd be holy shit, Murph. That'd be some fucking shit. I know there's other streams and shit going on, but there's a little crossover. I mean, let's be honest. You either watch channel 2, you watch channel 8, you know what I mean? It is what it is. That's not good, bad, or otherwise. That almost fell over. Whew. The rise and ball of GMRN, yeah. That's hilarious. That may be quote of the night right there. We did, and like in addition to doing some fishing and shit down there, we also got to eat some really good food, some super fresh, like North Carolina seafood, you know, famous for the calabash style shrimp and stuff like that. And but some interesting stuff happened. We went to some like lower key places, went to some fancier places, but actually surprisingly at the fancier place we went to, the server was like, "Hey, did you guys see the cop cars when you came in?" We're like, "No, this is supposed to be like a fancy place." He's like, "Yeah, we just had to call the cops up here. There was a big fight." Like a big fight? What the hell happened? And they said, "Well, 2 fish got battered." Oh, Lord. Sorry about that one, folks. Sorry about that one, but that's how shit goes down. Did Jay bring me that record before he left? Yeah, he did. He did. So it was a good vacation. Really enjoyed it. I'll show some pictures here in a second. Yeah, went to Oak Island. This was a place, before we get started, I'll just hype you guys. It is October, or as we call it here on Grown Man Record Night, Scaretober-a-ween. We've been watching some stuff on Wednesday night, watching some scary shit. Didn't do it this week because it was gone. But we actually did a live stream fishing yesterday over on the point at Oak Island, and Beyonce actually caught a fish on camera. That's 2 years in a row we've done a fishing stream, and there's been a fish caught on camera. So that's some good mojo work right there. Well, my mojo working, and but have been watching a lot of the spooky movies. USB device not recognized. What's not recognized? What are you telling me is not recognized, computer? I will burn this shit to the fucking ground. This is not the night for it, PC. It's not. It's literally not the night for it. Over in the Atari alcove tonight, continuing the Scaretober-a-ween festivities. One of the all-time greats on VHS, a little Suspiria. Known for Goblin doing the soundtrack here. Oof. Killer film, man. Killer film, and as good of a film as it is, it's actually a better soundtrack, honestly. You guys know the vibes. Fucking Goblin. If it involves Goblin, you know it's got to be good, man. You know it's got to be good. So check it out. Books. Check them out. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, I will be, since I am by myself, I'll be dropping the link out there momentarily. If anybody wants to come up, you got some cool records, some cool stories, or anything going on this week, you want to talk some shit, you want to, start a rivalry in the VC, whatever you want to do, man, I'll throw the link out. You guys can come up and fucking chill with us. I just got to ask you that you don't fucking curse when you come up here, please. Are you building something in the kitchen? Hmm. What? Oh. Oh no, I was. Anyway. So we go down, we do some fishing this week, like we always do. Had a good time. Went to Oak Island, which is where I grew up going as a kid fishing. And, last year we did Outer Banks, which I'd never really done before. We've done Atlantic Beach, that kind of thing, Pond Knoll Shores, that kind of thing. But I went back to like where I went when I was a kid. And nice medallion. Yeah, I'll spin it for you. That's what the Amazon Prime money does for you. But so we went down there. It was cool to check out a place I've not really been to in like 20 years. Other than I went down to cover when I was in news to cover the shark bite story. If you guys remember, there was a girl that got bit by a shark God, a few years ago, 2016 maybe. I went down there. I was like, oh, this is where I used to come when I was a kid. Anyway, so I wanted to take the fiance down there to where I grew up. Going, not where I grew up, but where I grew up going. Things had changed a little bit, but it was still a lot of fun. I'll show you guys some pictures. So right off the rip, we were fishing at a place called, I know a lot of people know Cape Hatteras to be the point. But I'll wait for the waterfall to finish. So anyway, at the end of the island, there's what's called the point. And I know there's the Cape Hatteras point. A lot of people know that, but it's like the point of the island. And what's really weird about this beach is it's a southern facing beach. And so what that means, other than that the wind is kind of all weird and wonky, is that you actually get, actually get sunrises on the beach. I'm sorry, sunsets, because, like on normal beaches, it's, pointing east over the ocean. So the sunset is like behind you, like over fucking townhouses and condos and shit like that. But in this case, you get shit like this. Oh, dude. And we actually got to live stream this yesterday. And if you go back and watch that shit, it's pretty fucking cool. It just like a red rubber ball. Boo, 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 boo. It dropped right into the ocean. Absolute fantastic, man. It was I look cuddly in that sweatshirt. You like this new crispy sweatshirt, dude? I do look kind of cuddly, don't I? Crispy. Actually, I was gonna get black, but I realized I have 4 cats, and I have no business owning a black sweatshirt in a house with 4 cats, because it would just not work out. So I was like, yeah, why don't I get white? Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous situation. And so what ended up dropping around, we caught some fish. Nothing super crazy. Well, there's a little crazy, but we caught some bluefish. Also, for this picture, I mean, you don't think the low carb lifestyle works? Let's take a quick look at this picture real quick. I mean, hello, come on, right now. Whew. That's a blue, or as the Yankees will call it, a bluefish. But I caught a couple of these. This was actually one of the smaller ones, or I caught a couple of these, and this was a smaller one of the two. But a better picture, and I just wanted to show the better picture. Now, the real deal is, holy Lord balls. You saw us fishing out yonder? Man, we were out in front of the hotel. We're at the Ocean Crest Pier, and it's been pretty slow. It was pretty slow fishing. It should be the calmest I've ever seen the ocean, like, except for the very first night we got there. Really crazy. But that second day, sitting there chilling, and on my kind of smaller rod, as soon as I throw it out there, I mean, it just starts burning drag. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a fucking shark. Like, it's gonna spool me. Like, and it's going crazy. This is a big bull red, or it's a shark or something. And took me like 15 minutes to get this thing in. What it ended up being, and this pic does not do it justice, the biggest stingray I've ever caught in my life. It had to be every bit of 20 pounds. It was like the size of a trash can lid. look at the tail. Yeah, if you see the footprints, I wear size 12s. So I was pissed off for the fact that it was nothing I could stick in the meat locker, nothing I could put in the cooler and bring home and eat on. But it was a stingray I had to figure out a way to fucking deal with or whatever. But the fight was incredible. Incredible, dude. Like a big 15-minute surf fishing fight to drag this sumbitch up on the beach. But that was kind of the highlight of the trip, which sucks because that's not even a highlight. That gets to come home and get fried up like a sumbitch, you know what I mean? But, you know, looking like a skinny Seth Rogen, hey, I'll take it. Everybody used to say my voice sounds like Seth Rogen. I remember some chick I interviewed, she was like, anybody ever tell you sound like Seth Rogen? I was like, I don't know. Anybody ever tell you look like one of them crack bitches on Dr. Phil? I think it initially made me mad, and then I realized, like, I mean, I probably sound like him. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, good times down in Oak Island. If you ever get a chance, I'm not allowed to do the laugh. I don't know if I can do the laugh. I have to think about it. I have to research the laugh. Is it close? I don't know. If you ever get a chance to check out Oak Island, though, do it. Just don't ever come there and go fishing. Leave it for the rest of us. Good stuff. What was I gonna say? Shit. Oh, I know. Hey, props to our homie, Raw Power Eric Bauer. Mug just got out of the hospital, like, tonight. Old school VC cat for some of you guys. We'll do a shot for Raw Power Eric Bauer. Having some troubles over yonder. And, but he kicked it right in their, dingus hole, and, he's home. I was gonna joke with him earlier, said he was in the hospital. I was like, man, you better get your fucking ass home in time to watch Record Night, or I'm gonna get pissed off about it. And some bitch if he didn't do it. He was over on the Twitch side of things before we could even say it. So cheers to Eric Bauer, Raw Power Eric Bauer, Mr. High Defamation TV. Go sub him up. Good health. Yeah, cheers for all that. How did the salted shrimp work? Very well, Shane. I have to say, fishing was really slow, so it's too hard. It was kind of hard to tell. Most people were, I mean, pretty much everybody was not catching anything, which sucks because this is the primo time of the year to do this. And I'm going to have to adjust my primo time to be fucking Thanksgiving, I guess, because I don't want to be Mr. Global Warming, but like when I was a kid and like growing up, mid-October to late October was like the primo time. But now everybody's saying like, oh, like mid-November. Everything's like happening later in the year. But so I'm gonna have to readjust my fucking time or whatever. But the salted shrimp, in terms of like dexterity and like the way they work on the hook and stuff, I brought them back home with me. They're in the fridge right now. And I'm thinking about maybe going down and doing a couple of days with Carl the Envelope in November and doing some surf fishing down there, kind of on a low key, like cheapo tip, not like making a vacation where you go eat fucking food and stuff, like just like raw dog fishing trip for a couple of days. And I would just, I'd bring those right along. They'll be good for like a fucking year. And in terms of like the way that they stay on the hook and stuff, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. The fish just weren't chewing them the way I wanted them to, honestly. So, but we did catch fish on them for sure. That's what I caught that big ass stingray on was the, and I threw it out there, and as soon as it hit the ground, the stingray went boom, boom, and just took off. Like I still had the rod. I would throw it out and then stick the rod in the holder. I couldn't even put the rod in the holder. As soon as I threw it out there, it was gone. If I'd put it in the holder, he may have jerked some bitch out of there. I'm gonna be honest with you. But anyway. It did work well. I'll move on to this shit right here. Actually, fuck. I've already got to piss. This is a problem. Speaking of burps, I didn't see Miss You tonight. I'm throwing the link out. I'm throwing the link out mostly because I got to piss and I may have to bring somebody up just so I can piss. But I think Aaron Griffin, steady keeping the fucking Discord alive and moving, even especially when I'm out of town and shit, or just in general. Carne asada rap. Woof. Almost shit yourself when you heard that burp. Oh, yeah. How was I a pro fisherman? I wasn't a pro. But Daddy was a pro. The Watcher. Did I see The Watcher? I don't know. That sounds so familiar. How do I know that? What's up, Bizarro? Oh wait, The Watcher, the graphic novel that was on HBO back in the day. Because The Watcher sucks. I like The Watcher, the shit from, the comics, the graphic novel shit. The other shit I may not know about. Let me bring this down. Way down. Sorry. Oh, that's Watchman. Not Watcher. Watchman. That's told you, man. I've been not only did I'm kind of hiding it pretty good right now, but not only did we have a good time fishing, but yo, I got fucking burnt to a crisp. You guys ready for the big reveal? Check this shit out. I got the raccoon blur eyes going on. My leg was like blue. It was so burnt. Yeah, I'm like, talk about redneck. Yeah. I'm a panda. I'll take that, Merv. I'll take that. Yeah, I could have sunstroke. Rocky Raccoon. Yeah, my nose is like, whew, my lips are all chapped and shit. Dude, it was gnarly. I always do that shit. Cause I don't go out enough until I take like a big fishing trip or something. And then all of a sudden I'm like gung ho as fuck and just get the shit burnt out of me. Yeah, it makes my beard, I don't know, dude, I need to go color my beard or some shit. When I get burnt, my beard turns like thermonuclear white. Looks like it's colored with a highlighter or some shit. And it makes me feel old and I think I don't have nothing else to give. Shit. What else we got here? Boom. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Aaron Griffin keeping the Discord alive while I'm gone and pretty much when I'm here. Otherwise, a brand new Elder single dropped this week off of the forthcoming album. It's Innate Passage, which was the title track off of the new record. Oh my God, good song, man. Look at this album cover. Looks really cool, man. Checked it out today. Gave it a little first listen. With some headphones on. I tell you, that's one thing, man, I missed about being away. I mean, there is part of me that, like, I miss my PC and the complete capabilities of like listening to something, watching something, playing something, checking out something. But also like I needed the time to be away from that immediate gratification from things where I'm thinking about songs for a couple of days, and then like tonight I played a couple of them. You know what I mean? Like actually had to wait to be satisfied, which is, none of us are very good about that anymore. You know what I mean? You want it right here, right now. And but yeah. Hey, what's up, Harmless Rebel? How you doing, buddy? But yeah, this I'm really excited about this new Elder record, man. Oh man. Really killer stuff. They keep evolving. Elder just keeps evolving as they move forward, and you know, for a lot of bands can't really pull that off very well, and I think they do a pretty good job of it. A lot of people will be like, "Nah, I like the first records when they're just a straight ahead stoner rock band." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a little narrow sided," because I think a band like that, they really kind of find themselves, you know, not to be corny, but like more and more progressive, and not in like a Yes or Rush kind of way, but just in like an organic stonery, let's fucking jam kind of way, that's the best progressive kind of stuff you can be. Not charted out in a room over a, you know, tablature paper and shit, but like just jammy, thoughtful, progressive stuff. So anyway, Asheville. Hey, did you get to hit some record stores, man? That's probably my favorite city for digging records. You know, wherever I'm about 2.5 hours away from Asheville and the Triad area. But we still, that's one of our like favorite like weekend trips, was to jet up to Asheville, and Harvest Records is killer. They're so killer. There's some other niche stores that are actually I think High Voltage or some of the other ones up there are really good. But I found so much stuff at Harvest that's like, it really blew my mind. Probably my favorite store in this area. Don't tell my local cats, but overall, that's probably my favorite store. What else do I want to say about things and people? That was really I did see did you guys see after 2 decades, The Sword calls it quits. So the band The Sword, they're no more. They ended it. I guess they were like, hey, we ran our course of doing whatever it is we want to do, and that's just it. Boom. How do you guys feel about that? Are you guys big Sword fans? I've always admired The Sword for what they do and the way they sounded. I never had a problem with them. I think they just never really knocked my dick in the dirt enough to where I wanted to just like run out and buy their records like lickety split. You know what I mean? But I dig their stuff. That's, another band that's very similar to that for me is Baroness. I think they're a fantastic album. I've heard their stuff digitally and like mixes and stuff when it pops up. And I went to go get some of their records that were like on sale one time, but somebody already grabbed them. And I think they're great, but I just don't go out of my way. Like Elder, I'll go spend $35 on a record and be like, okay, here you go. But like those bands, like The Sword, I see it's like a record comes in there $26-27, and I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but I could buy something else I'd probably enjoy more. You know what I mean? Like The Sword, but there's the last couple more interesting. Yeah, there's just, I mean, it's kind of, yeah. I don't want to use the term pedantic, but I'm going to use the term pedantic when it comes to like stoner rock stuff. It's like one of those things, and all of us that have been into heavy music for any point at all in our lives, you run into people like this. We're like, Johnny told me you're into heavy metal. You like Metallica, fucking Godsmack? And you're like, you never know how to answer that question, because you don't want to a stranger, be like, no, man, they fucking suck. Or, like, yeah, Metallica, the first several Metallicas are great, but, and then like, and also Godsmack's terrible. And like, you don't want to shit on anybody's parade. You know what I mean? In the stoner rock realm, that's one of those, like, as soon as you're like, I'm a big stoner rock guy, they're like, oh, you like the Sword? Yeah, I mean they're good. I just hate that that's the first thing people fucking say, you know what I mean? But I bet their music, when it pops up on shuffles and stuff, like on Spotify and stuff, I don't skip it. I don't skip their music. I just never really sought it out. For good, better, otherwise. Pop a little snooze. Yeah. Saw they're on the third tour, Shane? A third album tour? Yeah. Baroness should be better with the drummer from Trans Am. I heard Eric Bauer talking about Trans Am. They're also involved with the fucking Champs. Is that right? There's a Trans Am's fucking Champs connection too, right? Baroness is a little flat to you, Eric. Yeah, I think Purple, the Baroness Purple record is something I really I kind of dug, and I did kind of seek that out because one of my local stores had marked that down to like 14 or 15 bucks, and I'm like, okay, if you want to talk turkey, I'm into Baroness for 15 bucks. You know, you start talking 27 bucks. Yeah, come on. What are we saying? Oh, big witch kick. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I go through, man, that's one of the things. Me and Jay were talking about this earlier. It's funny, like the phases, and I know I've talked about this with Metal Theologian a lot, but the phases you go through as record collectors. And sometimes almost within the same genre even. So you could be like, you know, even in the metal genre, where you like, you know, high roofed mouth, power metal stuff from the 80s one moment, and another moment you like, you know, like very aggressive screaming and hollering like 90s thrash crazy shit, and how you kind of go back and forth, sometimes even within genres and sometimes outside of complete genres, where you collect nothing but jazz for like whatever, and then you're back to like thrash metal, and then, you know, it's just weird. And that's the great thing about this hobby, you know, like, I mean, some people fucking play golf, and they play golf for 40 years. And you know what you do? In your first year, you play golf. You know what you do? Your 40th year, you play golf. But I mean, you could collect Ornette Coleman records, and in a few years from now, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to complete my entire Iron Maiden discography. It's the same thing, but two completely separate things, or at least in my mind. Oh, you don't like Caius or Queens of the Stone? Now, I know a lot of people that don't like Queens, but kind of gravitated toward Caius. I didn't like Caius's Wretch album very much, but the rest of the stuff, even in The Circus Leaves Town with Fredo Garcia or Fredo Hernandez, I liked those records. Maneuvering some stuff out of the way. I did hear something else that came out today. You guys know the band Beak with the little like greater than symbol on the This is a Beak record called Cosmic Music. If you're fans of kind of modern neo psychedelia, these guys have been around for a long time, but this is a collaboration between them and artist Joe Curie, who's doing a like a graphic novel, and I guess they've come up with like this soundtrack for the graphic novel. And holy shit balls, I've checked this out today. Again, if you like trippy progressive modern stuff, Beak, I've almost bought some of their stuff before. Very, very cool band. But man, I jammed a couple of these tracks today. It's totally worth your while. And I don't think this is limited or anything. Yeah, so yeah, like psychedelic, krautrock. Kind of ticks all those boxes. If you're into those kind of things, definitely worth checking out. Here's a band. I was excited to mention it. I was going to play the other one. I'll show you right now. Check this out. Oh, kidding. So I thought I was going to be talking about this band here. Another band. I bought this on a whim. Jungle Fire by Pucho and the Latin Soul Brothers, which is a killer like Afro soul, like Latin funk band. But it turns out this band here, the name of the band is Jungle Fire, and I guess the name of this album is Jungle Fire. Two different groups, I guess. But this Jungle Fire, I checked it out today, is absolutely killer stuff, man. If you're into that kind of Afro Latin funk stuff, this picks them up and puts them down, baby. Let me tell you what. Absolutely. I mean, they're both great. They're both great. But I guess they don't have anything to do with one another. If you like stuff like Black Market Brass or the Budos Band, or what's the Here Lies Man on Riding Easy Records, this would be worth a check out. It's a little more tribal, I would say, a little more tribal than the other stuff. It's got a lot more of the jungle, actual jungle vibes to it, but in a good way. Yeah, it's good stuff. Jazz Dispensary, which one? What's this shit out? I ain't got my Raiders. What's up, Zonk Man? How goes her, buds? How goes her? Jazz Dispensary did the reissue. Right on. Here's another one. This is kind of all like funkier shit, like on this tip tonight. Sometimes it's funny when we're doing like stuff that came out today or whatever. Like, I'm all about like, oh, thank you. Yeah. But a lot of the stuff on the funkier tip tonight, sometimes when I'm pulling like stuff that came out today, it's like, it turns out it's like all metal stuff or all like punk rock stuff or whatever. Tonight it seemed a little more on the funkier vibes. This is somebody I'd never heard of, and I'm really surprised I'd never heard of this. Lack of Afro, and the name of the album is Press On, and had to look shit up about this. This is the 15-year anniversary for this record, and multi-instrumentalist they'll call this. I hear a lot of like a lot of samples and stuff. The best way I can describe it, if you're fans of like, what immediately jumped out at me is like, if you're a fan of Newmark, it sounds like Newmark or not Newmark. Oh, who's the dude that did the soundtrack for Sean Ono? Who's the guy that did the TV show, the advertising show? What's the name of the advertising show, Elizabeth? Mad Men. Who did the Mad Men thing? I can't think of the guy's name. Not Newmark, it's the other cat. Anyway, kind of DJ Shadowish, funky, sample heavy, but without the wiki. No like scratchy wiki stuff. Just like like just real sample heavy, good stuff, like breaks, like nice breaks and shit, like really good vibey record to put on. I can't believe I'd never heard of this, because this is right up my fucking alley. It really is. So check this out if you're into that kind of stuff. I know we got a lot of people request some of my DJ Shadow stuff on the show that we play. That's if you like that kind of stuff, you would love it. I can't think of who that guy's name is. RJD2. Thank you so much, Harmless Rebel. Thank you so much. That's what I'm thinking of. RJD2. Reminded me of that right off the bat. Absolutely. One hundo. Yeah, let's get in a little bit of what we played tonight. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. I will. Hold up. Before we do that. We'll drop it again. Anybody wants to come up? Boom. Dude, Winebender, Twitch has been being real weird tonight. It was like crashing my whole phone. I had to restart my phone. And even we had it casted in the living room watching a little Summit 1G stream, and it was skippity doo-dah all over the place. A little Overwatch 2 vibes. Yeah. Pulled this out. This was a gift from the fiance several years ago. This is the unique Thelonious Monk. This is second record Thelonious Monk did on Riverside. And this is the jazz, what's it called? Jazz Classics or something. It doesn't have it on the list, but it's the, oh, what's that label called? It's like something Jazz Classics. But it's a fairly cheap entry for a lot of reissues that actually sound really good. Because there's some of those jazz reissue labels that you got to be really careful of. They're just slam banging fucking MP3s down on wax and cranking them out, and you can buy Waxworks, not Waxworks, Wax Time. Slam banging them out. You can pick them up for $15. You can get your favorite jazz records for $15 and whatever. It's, you know, Mazel Tov. And I have some that are not so bad, but some of them are a little suspect. This is this is a cheaper entry into a reissue that actually sounds really good. Good stuff, man. Like 57, I believe, the second record on Riverside. Killer stuff. This is the 67 Magnavox stereo. I bet that bams. I bet it bams. I pulled this out. You know, I did a little last Monday night. No, not last Monday. I guess it would have been the Monday before. Did the Man Cave of Doom. Well, George and Greeno and Vance. Metal Theologian was up there as well. Fucking Laz dropped by for a while. It was good to see all those homies, man. And we were talking some metal records and the state of collecting in the day. And I had to pull this out because I was telling a story about the Griffin record, Flight of the Griffin. And about how I'd put this in my cart and then I forgot, and then like Amazon, and I forgot about it, and Metal Theologian mentioned it in one of his videos, and I'm like, oh yeah, man, I've got that in my cart, and I pulled it up. It was like $14.95. I got Amazon Prime, free next day shipping. Boom. Literally the next day, this record was on my doorstep for $15 shipped, which is crazy. To think back 10 years ago that the way record collecting was and how you had to seek stuff out and how much of an actual ordeal it was to acquire a record you really desired. And it, you know, however super convenient this is and fills holes in your collection like this, how it may actually be more gratifying to do the grind where you find in the wild and you're like, oh yeah, what the fuck, you know, you're ecstatic about it, you know what I mean? But I kind of go back and forth because I mean that's more satisfying, but to have this delivered to my door like literally in one day for $15 is just super ridiculous and awesome in its own way, you know what I mean? Anyway, But I pulled that out for that show, and I was like, oh, well, shit, I got to shelf the thing anyway. Why don't I play it on record night, for fuck's sake? What are we even saying? Oh, baby. You don't get more heavy hitter than this right here, man. Wu-Tang Forever. The Get Down reissue from this year. Like, what is this? It's like 4 LPs. There's 8 sides. 8 sides to this. But I will say their little flappy Blake sleeve has already split. Which I hate those flappy Blake sleeves. But it's a fucking 4 LP set. So I mean, I don't have a sleeve that can handle this anyway. Yeah. Sounds amazing. Although I detected a little sibilance tonight, but I think that's my cart. Prefer finding it in stores, but sometimes you can't beat Amazon. Yeah, it's like it's a tough conundrum, and I love supporting my local shops and all this stuff, but especially I think for a lot of us as we get kind of later in Flappy Blake. It sounds like Flappy Blake. Flappy Blake. Yo, let me get this verse. Let me get this verse right quick. Let me get this verse. Yeah, it's tough. As we get older and we're like more long in the tooth collectors, you're not just going out and picking up any and everything that's on the fucking shelf. You know, you're actually trying to fill holes in your collection or pick up specific things that you really want. You don't need filler. You don't need just nonsense that you just run across. And I can get struck into the mood and just I talk myself into picking stuff up in a store because you run across it. And it's just a vibe for that day. And there's definitely something to be said for that. But when you're trying to keep your shit where you're like, when you're maxed the fuck out in your house, you have to kind of take things into consideration. It's like, no, you know what? I want this, that, and the other thing. I don't need, even though I run across Steve Miller's greatest hits for 99 cents, I don't have room for that. Maybe it's a good record. But I don't have the room, or am I really going to play that? You know what I mean? You have to start making those kind of decisions at some point, and it's what kind of collector you're going to be. And if you're a cat that's got like warehouse kind of room, you can be that guy that just gets everything just for funsies. That one time in 1 year, you want to play that one Ed Ames record that you picked up with the funny cover. You can do that. But at some point, somebody like me just doesn't have that room. Fuck Steve Miller. Speaking of which, this is talking about getting carried away in a record store. I mentioned this on the stream earlier. I've only went out, I think one time on a actual record store day and got in there, and I found a couple of things that were like on my list or whatever. And as I'm in there, I was like, I kind of got caught up in the whole record store day vibe of things, and it ran across this shit. This is the first one they did, the Motorhead Lost Tapes live in Madrid, and I kind of was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds cool. And it does sound cool, but it was like, it was like $36 or something. And I picked it up, and I realized like on the way home, and I was like, dude, you would have never bought on a regular fucking Saturday or some shit. You would have never bought this fucking record, but because you were in like the record store day mode, you bought it. Now, long story short, it's a kick-ass record. It's an absolute kick-ass record, and I'm so glad I bought it. Some killer tracks on this, man, and then, but and I've been kind of shitty toward record store day over the years, and be like, oh, I'm not. Really, my big thing about record store is I just don't stand in lines. That's what I don't do. Probably $22. Yeah, exactly. But like that day, you're just like, oh, gotta have it. Fucking limited edition, bro. It's only limited to 10,000, man. I'm due for a purge. You watch your mouth, Eric. Watch your mouth. No, I do. I've got a couple of big stacks of what I call the records from the Baloney stack, which is just like Ed Ames records and Lawrence Welk and shit like that. I need to just get rid of it. I should probably not make that motion because people will clip that, but Yeah, I'm not a big record store day guy, but I did kind of get jumped in that time. What's up, turntablist? Yeah, fear of missing out. Exactly right. Yeah, and that's how they get you. They'll throw that limited edition or like only limited to, whatever many copies. And yeah, I mean, they get you. And I'm usually pretty slick to not fall for that. Talk about early record night vibes, man. Like back in the early days of starting this show. This is one of these records. I got this for $3 from an actual record store. Bootsy. Oh, Lord. Killer stuff, man. You can never go wrong with Bootsy. We used to play this shit all the time, and it's been a little while since I busted this out and wanted some little funky vibes to pick up the stream. Try to do a nice mix here. Always and forever. As many genres as we can fit into a show is what we're trying to do here. You know what I mean? Speaking of which, coming off of that, Malia, what's up? Coming off of that Bootsy vibe, went into some. I took a stab on this record here because it was $6, and it was called Murder Suicide Pact, and looked pretty punky. And I don't know if I sampled it in the store or whatever, but come to find out, it's like a pseudo modern Florida, I think it is, kind of a hardcore band. And it's pretty damn good. And I don't pull it out very often, but it is a really good record. And it's funny because if you guys know Dave and Jenny, B-Sides, they do record auctions and stuff on their channel. And she was showing some of the stuff they were going to auction off, and they showed a Murder Suicide Pact record. It wasn't that one. And she's like, I don't really know much about it. I'm like, oh my God, I've never seen anybody talk about or mention this band before, so very cool. I will say this is what tipped me off to play this tonight. If you guys don't know, I think it's I think you can do exclamation point playlist. Does that do it? Yeah. So I did create about a year or two ago, created a Spotify playlist of all the stuff. It's not super updated, so some of the stuff we picked up recently is not on here. But if you're ever on the go and you're a Spotify guy at all, like in your car and shit, the huge mix that we do here on the show, from country to funk to hip hop to classic rock to metal to jazz, all that shit. We got this Spotify playlist, and coming back from the beach today, right? Got a nice 3.5 hour drive, and drop a little shuffle on that shit. Man, the stuff that came up, perfect for your driving vibes. I mean, man, it was so cool. I'm not a premium user, so we got some ads, but like the stuff that mixes up. And kind of goes, it's so cool, and it's so record night for like old school record night people. You hear the mixes that it comes up, like you hear a metal record next to a jazz record next to a country record, and you're like, yep, that's record night, all right. I mean, even me, I was like, yep, that's us right there, baby. I didn't used to be a Spotify fan, but I really am for those kind of situations. It's a sometimes thing. Chilling here in the house, and like, I don't like Spotify. I like playing my digital library. I like playing my records. I like playing my CDs, but on the road for me, I can't, I don't want to load music onto my phone anymore. I just stream, and usually I use Spotify and YouTube and stuff like that to find new bands. Because when I'm away from my battle station here, what I like to do is try to discover new bands. So Spotify is great for that. And you can listen to stations and kind of explore, this band and kind of beyond in that genre, maybe the same label, maybe the same genre, whatever. It's a great way to find new bands. But anyway, on that mix today, out of all this stuff, and a lot of metal popped up, some jazz popped up, and then this popped up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm playing this shit on the show tonight. I don't give a flying fuck. Hall & Oates, Private Eyes. God damn it. I love this record. I don't give a shit. I'll fight anybody right now. This is a great record. So fantastic. I was thinking earlier, like, one of the reasons I'm kind of nostalgic about this record, I think it's great anyway, but my mom was a big Hall & Oates fan when I was a little kid, like 3, 4, 5 years old. And I remember my mom like singing Maneater, which sounds creepy, but I just remember her singing Maneater, and I just really dug it. But I think it's a great record. Here's some VCLT. Speaking of stoner stuff, man, this is more on the stoner doom tip. Oh yeah, Maneater, baby. Does this have Maneater? Or am I tripping? Maybe this one, does this one have Maneater? Or I was just thinking about that. No, I can't go for that. And what was the two big hits on here? I can't go for that. Private Eyes, I guess. The other one's got, yeah, I'm tripping. I got that one too, though. Had to make a decision. Yeah, that was the next one. One of the one with the other cover. But no, that just made me think about that. Our pal Vance, VK, Zep Pearl, sent this record as some VCLT. Speaking of some stoner doom shit. Resin, Chicago band. This is Resin, Let It Burn. Man, this is some really killer stoner doom stuff, man. Big Oats fan? It's funny. I was waiting for everybody to shit on Hall & Oates, and everybody's kind of coming to their defense. That's funny. I love to see it, though. Dude, yeah, Vance is an awesome dude. He sent some of the most killer VCLT. This is really cool stuff, man. He knew I would like it, and he was right. Vance is a good judge of character, musical character, which is a. Do I own any Riot records? I don't think I do, although I should. I should get the one with the bird on it. I think our yeah, Aaron's a big Riot guy. I've kind of came around to Riot a little bit, but I don't think I have any on vinyl, actually. Album covers with birds are always cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think they're kind of foul. Here's an unofficial release and one of my favorite pickups of the last couple of years, The Mummies, Tales of the Crypt. It's a good Halloween record, actually. Is it a seal? Is it a seal or an owl? I always thought it was an owl. I guess it's a seal. But no, The Mummies, this is an unofficial release, and I got it from, what's that fucking shit? Oh, I can't remember the name of the website. I'm not going to call them out, but it came all kind of busted in the corner. There was a couple of records I bought. The corner was kind of fucked. It's okay. It plays fine, and it's an unofficial release. It's not like an OG pressing that I'm pissed off is all fucked up. But yeah, if you've never checked out The Mummies, you dig that kind of old punk rocky, garagey sound. Guys from the 90s, man, check out The Mummies. Really killer stuff. I'm so glad I picked this up the last couple of years. What? The last year. All right, I told you. This is why I started the show earlier. I'm telling you guys. And we mentioned this band last week because there was a new like audio file, a compilation that came out. But Scotty Strychnine actually sent this as a VCLT Japan. one of the most underrated 80s bands of all time, in my opinion. These guys, a lot of people can't get past the look, the aesthetic of the band. They look like they would be the Pet Shop Boys, which I mean, I like the Pet Shop Boys too, but like it's really not. It's some very innovative, awesome sounding synth pop stuff from the 80s, and Japan is just really killer stuff, man. It's really killer. And I totally get where people would be like, nah, look at that dude, man. I'm not listening to some shit with some cat that looks like that, but yeah, good stuff. All right, I tell you what we're gonna do. Let's do something. Hold up. Time to run some marbles, folks. That's a great time for me to take a piss. Great time. So if you're unfamiliar with marbles, here's what we're gonna do. Gonna hit race over here. You guys see a track you really dig, you're gonna hit exclamation point vote, then the number of the track you would like to run. Highest voter gets the track. So exclamation point vote, then the number of the track you would like to run. We'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee into my toilet hole, or as close as I can get for an older gentleman, and we'll be right back. Oh, that was a pretty quick porcelain pounder for me, folks. For an older gentleman. Let's see what we got here. Man, you guys are splitting it up. 2 votes for Haunted Hammer. We got some 1s in here, but I see a 2. 2's winning. Is that the last? I'm gonna just say yeah, go, boom. Once we load in here, folks, you're going to want to say exclamation point play. Exclamation point play. It does work better on YouTube now. It used to only work on Twitch, but now it works on both. So don't fret. If you're over on YouTube, you get counted, you get locked in. No big whoop. No big whoop. Everybody's invited. Everybody can be part of the action. NBA action is fantastic. All right. Jump in, get a good spot. Get a good spot, folks. I'm not going to show off what beer I'm drinking because I'm kind of embarrassed about it. Even though I'm on vacation. I do have a beer in there. It's like 9.5%, but I am not drinking that on record night. Too much liquor flowing for that. Yeah, hey, kudos for you, Metal Theologian. Didn't fall asleep. I did start early. See, should I start earlier every week? We do this every time. This was pretty good. I like it. May give us more time to go back over and play records on Twitch afterwards, you know what I mean? All right, I don't think maybe we've not run this before, because we don't have a track record for our community, but anyway, let's jump on it. Gonna hit start. Good luck, everybody, especially me. Ooh, you're on vacay, Zonk? Yeah, dude. Oof. I got another vacay coming up on Thanksgiving week. I'm taking a whole week off. Make do some more fishing too. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see what's happening. Everybody's dropping down, but transmitting live from Mars, taking the early lead. Lots of folks right behind him. Everybody's jumbled up, jockeying for position. Oh, Carne Asada Rap, the newcomer to the channel. Abacus, what's up, baby? Nate's still holding strong. Oh, nice moves through that. That was some nice moves right there. Metal Theologian. Oh no, right in the lumberyard, Danny. Holy shit. Metal Theologian, a little overzealous. Overzealous. He was too keyed up. Oh, look, it's pumpkins. He gotta smash the pumpkins. Yeah, Zonk Man. Up the old Buddy Hoyle here. Does he stall out? Nope. Up the tube. This is what my colon looks like. Speaking of colon, wouldn't the term semicolon refer to your small intestine? Inquiring minds want to know. Leave a comment below. Oh, smashes the pumpkin. Oh, going through the whirly bird here. His Zonk. Straight through it. No problems. The whoop-de-woos holds him up for a second. Solid ass lead though. He's stalled up. But nobody's in sight here. This is a walk away win for the Zonk Man if he can just hold it through. It's like an F1 driver with the yips. Nobody's even close. Look how far back. Mr. Bizarro's next in line, but he's way back here. Oh, but is he? Zonk Man swallowed by a pumpkin. No shot. Oh no. He got pumpkin spiced. But it dissolved somehow. Oh, and he pulls it off at the very... Oh my God. That was way closer than it should have been. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Way closer than it should have been. We'll wait for the final results, but holy shit balls. Kitty. You know about a kitty. Buddy. Congratulations, Zonk Man. Let's see the final results here. Oh, the second was record night. Oof. A lot closer than I thought for record night right there. Yeah. Bizarro with a third. Okay. We've at least got our track record for the community here. So good stuff. Zonk for the win. GG's across the board. 100%. 100%. Thanks everybody for playing. That's a lot of fun. Let's jump into a little dig of the week action. Yo. DOT dubs. Anybody's got any records to show? Be sure to jump on in here and you can show some records, because I only got two. I only got two records. These are some stuff. Really weird situation where this has happened to me a few times. I've talked about this before, where I kind of just get caught off guard on like a Monday morning. And I was watching somebody else's stream on like a Monday morning, and some folks were talking about there was a big sale going on. What's up, Eddie? There was a like a sale going on for some jazz records, and it was a label I wasn't too familiar with, the Black Jazz label. And went to this this website, and these, man, they had like all the Black Jazz LPs were like $11.99, and I kind of like right off the rip, just like I went through all the ones that were available and kind of like streamed them and like kind of saw what was cool, and like kind of impulsively bought a couple of albums that I didn't otherwise know really anything about, and I was happy I did. It was crazy. Like, I don't know what it is about Monday mornings, other than I'm probably still fucked up from the weekend, that when I get in there I'm like, all right, Eric, take it easy, brother. But I pulled these two out. Like I said, I didn't know, so I had to like look, like, to tell you guys shit about it. I didn't know shit about it, so I had to like look them up. Oh, Harmless Rebels up in this mug. Hold up, let me pull up in this mug. Let's see if I can do this. It's weird. Yo, man.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, dude? Let me bring you into the stream here. This gets kind of weird with the OBS, but I can make it work. Boom. I'm gonna hit yard. Hey, I got you.
Cool. Now I wanted to show, I got some cool stuff in Asheville while I was there, so thought I'd show off some of that stuff.
Hell yeah.
I went to, what is it, High Voltage, and there's like a store like 4 doors down from it.
Mm-hmm.
Or right across the street from it, and I didn't find much there. I found some cool comps, though. I don't know if you guys, Aaron might know this one. This is Metal Meltdown 3.
Oh, nice.
This is all Seattle bands. I think Coven is the only one that ever did anything. Most of these were one and done, one single type of bands. Man, this is throwing me off. But that was $15, and then I got a couple sealed comps. What is this? Iron Brew. So Motorhead, Hawkwind, Fastway, Thunderhead, Uriah Heep.
Hell yeah!
Sealed for $10. And then Megahertz. I've seen this one before, but it's speaking of Riot, but Riot Sanctuary, Fifth Angel, and Slammin' Watusis. And that one was sealed for $10. I got those at. I didn't get anything at High Voltage. It's the one that's right down the road from there with the stage in it.
Yep.
Kind of trashy place, but they had some cool stuff. And then another shop, I don't remember the name of it. It wasn't in downtown, but I found a few that I had never seen in record stores before. So I got Vain, No Respect. And this one's a promo copy that I got for $40. Every time I see this, it's like $100.
Yeah.
And then
Aaron's requesting, can he see the Metal Meltdown again?
Oh yeah. Metal Meltdown 3. It's all Seattle bands, so Coven. I knew I had heard of Gypsy Kiss and Lethal Dose. The rest of these, so I looked them up, and they were basically on comps, and that was it. Most of them didn't have any album, maybe a single here and there, you know. But most of it's 80s thrash and prog metal from Seattle.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then this one, I didn't even know this album exists. I don't know how I missed this one, but this is an original pressing of Skunk Works from Bruce Dickinson. And I had never seen this album before. And then I found an original pressing of Accident at Birth, which of course I've got multiple copies of this. But I had never seen an original pressing, and it was $40, so I wasn't going to pass that up. So
that's awesome. What did you think of your overall experience in Asheville?
So that's the second time I've been there. The first time I went with a bunch of friends, and we were drunk and high the whole time, so I barely remember it. That was like 5 or 6 years ago. It was a buddy's 45th birthday that we went up there for. But this time, I went up there to see so Max and Igor Cavalera from Sepultura.
Oh yeah.
They're touring right now, doing all the songs from Arise and all the songs from Beneath the Remains.
Oh Jesus!
And it was amazing. The first time I saw them was in 96, right before they broke up, and they were only doing, it was mostly stuff from Roots and Chaos AD, so I didn't get to hear any of their early heavy stuff live.
Yeah,
maybe a song here or there. So seeing all the early stuff was fantastic. They also did a couple songs off of Schizophrenia, which is my favorite album, and they did Territory from Chaos. Killer show. And actually the last couple times I've seen Max, his voice hasn't been that good. He was screaming, he wasn't singing. And this one, he was actually singing the whole show. It was awesome.
That's awesome. That's one of my favorite bands from back in the day. Like me and Jay, like we were in a trashy metal band. We were in high school, and like that was one of our biggest influences. I mean,
yeah, Sepultura and Sacred Reich were my two favorites during that era. And they're both, I mean, Sepultura is Brazilian, but they lived in Phoenix, so we would see those guys in the scene or at the clubs and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Max's stepson that died during that time frame was part of the local scene too. So I wasn't like friends with him, but it was guys that we all knew, his family members and stuff. So
oh, that's cool.
So those were huge bands, them and Sacred Reich, that we looked up to in Phoenix. I mean, they were the kind of the kings of the city, you know.
Sure.
And I was lucky enough to see him. I saw him 2 months. I only saw Sepultura once live, and it was literally maybe less than 2 months before Max left the band. So I was lucky enough to get to see that. But man, seeing them do the two earlier albums was amazing. But I took the family. We made a weekend out of it. So my daughter's 12. We took her to what's the big house there?
Biltmore.
Yeah. And she's into the ghost tours and stuff, so we did a couple of the Asheville ghost tours and stuff.
Yeah. That man, in terms of North Carolina, that's such a cool city. Like you can bar hop, you can look for crafts, you can sightsee, you can do the beer thing, you can do record things. There's people busking on street corners. Like it's very, very hippie-ish, but also just very inclusive in general. Like you can, no matter what your deal is, you can find something to get into in Asheville. It's a really cool scene, but.
Go ahead.
No, I was thinking I had this VHS back in the day of it was Sepultura playing in Barcelona, I think. God, what a great VHS!
There is
they do Dead Embryonic Cells.
I think there's a bootleg of that Barcelona VHS.
Oh,
I believe there is. I've seen a couple of recent bootlegs from old VHS tapes in the last couple, maybe 6 months or so. Some of them sound really bad though, but there are some pretty good ones out there too.
I love like when they just come in and he goes, "Unos, dos, tres, cuatro," and
that was what was really cool about this show. Like I said, when I saw them in the 90s, it was the Roots tour, so they were doing a lot of the Brazilian tribal stuff, the Biddy Bow, which is cool. I like that stuff, but they weren't doing the real aggressive stuff. And man, to see them play those early tracks, I actually wish they'd have done more from Schizophrenia, but man, it was about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes.
That's killer.
They also did Motorhead. They did some Black Sabbath. What else did they do? They did a couple other covers too. It was a great show.
Are you interested at all in that Roots box thing that's going to be coming out?
So funny you mentioned that. I pre-ordered it the day they announced it, and the main reason I pre-ordered it is because the show that I'm talking about is the live album that's in that box.
Oh, cool.
So I saw him at the very first Ozfest, and when I mean the very first Ozfest, I'm talking the very first show. So the first year of Ozfest, they did a show in Phoenix, and then they did a show in LA, and that was it. It wasn't going to be a traveling tour. It was just a one-off thing. And it was so successful, they turned it into what became Ozfest. But Run Out Groove did Fear Factory maybe a year ago. And the album is from that same show, from that first Ozfest, which again, I was at that. And then Fear Factory was followed up by Sepultura. So it's actually the live album on there is a show that I was at. So I'm mainly buying it. I love the album, but I'm mainly buying it for that live set because it's the only way you can get it.
Yeah, and I think like for even Roots in general. I mean, did they do a vinyl pressing in general at first, or it was? It was like super limited, or like
they did, and it doesn't sound good. They did a reissue maybe 5 or 6 years ago that sounds good, but all the Run Out Groove stuff I've got. They did the Typo Negative box set, and man, that stuff sounds so good. The Fear Factory again. I mean, that one sounds really good too. So I've had real good luck with Run Out Groove. And actually, I pulled that. Speaking of that Jungle Fire, somebody asked about the Jazz Dispensary. So here's the Jazz Dispensary pressing of it from 3 or 4 years ago. This is really good though. If you guys are into that Afro-Cuban,
that shit's so good.
There's one song on here that it gets a little too Cuban for me. It kind of loses that African sound, but the rest of it, the other 4 or 5 songs are killer.
What do you mean by that?
Hey, I mean what I mean.
No, it's funny because my local shop had that record in the international section, and I just happened to kind of peruse over there. I was kind of going through like everything in the store kind of thing, and I saw that. I was like, wait a minute now, this seems like this would be right up my buddy Hoyle here. And I just took a stab on it. It was pretty cheap. And
that's what it was. For me, it was a blind buy. It was maybe some record store day leftovers or something I was flipping through. And I think I paid like $22 for it.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Really killer stuff, man. Absolutely.
But yeah, it looks like it was originally a prestige pressing.
Yeah, and like I said, that one from I was mentioning tonight, it's a band called Jungle Fire, but it's along those same vibes. So I would, from just giving it a couple of little streamy today, it's definitely, if you dig that stuff, it's definitely worth your while to check it out as well.
No, I'll definitely check it. That looked pretty good.
Oh yeah.
No, that was it. I just wanted to share the stuff from.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, we appreciate you jumping on, man. That's awesome.
Cool, man. I'll still be in the chats.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, thanks so much for popping on, man. It was good to see you, homie.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Dude, Harmless Rebel making an appearance. You love to see it. Love to see it, dude. Hold on, my black jazz stuff that I picked up. This is the first one here. It was actually the first one on the list. And I tell you, for stuff for $11.99, I mean, it can't sound any better for $11.99, dude. I mean, 100%. So Black Jazz it was a limited label in like the Bay Area of California. I think it started in Oakland. But it was only active between like 71 and 75. Some of the big ones, Count Basie did some shit on there. Ramsey Lewis had a couple of joints on there, and Doug Karn, which I did see on the list, but I wasn't familiar with, so I didn't pick up any Doug Karn. But I picked up this Calvin Keys, Proceed with Caution. And it just looked cool. I mean, I sampled everything that was available, honestly. This is a guitar jazz, so it's a guitar player. This guy's recorded with Ray Charles, Ahmad Jamal, John Handy, Bobby Hutcherson, Eddie Marshall, Sonny Stitt, Pharaoh Sanders, Joe Henderson, and Leon Williams. This is on 74, and I've actually opened this and played it, and we jammed it like last Saturday, just vibing out over here. Holy shit balls. Everybody that was in the room absolutely blew them away. Go check it. I can't remember the name of the website. This comes on some nice inner sleeves. The pressing sounds good. $11.99, folks. I don't know if the sale's still going on or whatever. Absolutely killer Killer stuff, man. What it says on the front. Sublime sounds on the 74 Black Jazz release from the Bay Area guitarist, newly remastered with new liner notes. And it's got an interview with the artist. I didn't hear that on there, but that was pretty fucked up. Good packaging, good sound. You can't beat that with a stick. The other one I picked up, I don't think I've listened to this. This is still sealed. Still sealed, like the Riot guy. Roland Haynes, Second Wave. And I really didn't realize this. I just sampled it, and it just seemed like, holy shit, I gotta buy this. This is a way more funky tip than just straight up jazz. Mega collectible 75 release from the legendary Black Jazz label, featuring dueling Fender Rhodes from Roland Haynes and Kirk Lightsey. Now I think he played with Pharoah Sanders, because I looked up some shit. This is so fast. The playing is it's so fast on this, man. The Real Gone Music. There you go. Thank you. Real Gone Music is the site where I bought that shit from. But I found a little because I didn't know anything about these cats. I found this article trying to hip you guys to some shit. And the article says, and I'm just going to quote this: "Nobody is quite sure who Roland Haynes is. As far as anyone knows, the keyboardist and band leader played precisely one record, his own, from 1975. Boom. And then disappeared, leaving behind a half hour of ankle-snapping jazz funk, played so fast and so meticulousness, it's practically comical." And that's the perfect example. It's so fast, you're like, man, is this shit on fucking 45? Did I hit the 45 button? Because it's like, I mean, it's fucking nuts how fast this is. But yeah, the Kirk Lightsey guy did play with Pharoah Sanders, and they don't really credit, both organists. You don't know who's playing what on it, so pretty much they call him like a ghost in his own machine. But I can't wait to bust this. This is probably going to be the first thing I bust open when we go back over to Twitch and listen to some records, because I've not popped the seal on this one yet. The Calvin Keys I've listened to, and like I said, it was absolutely phenomenal. I'm tangled up in my own fucking umbilical over here. But yeah, Voivod. Yeah, after I placed my order, because I went strictly to that Black Jazz section of their website, and after I ordered it, I saw they had outer limits for like $12. I was like, fuck, I should have added that, because I kind of been sleeping on that one too. It's not my favorite Voivod by any stretch, but I'm kind of a newbie with Voivod, but I should have picked it up for $12, 100%. I mean, what are we saying? Should have definitely did that, but yeah. Anyway, killer stuff from the Black Jazz label. Stoked to find some stuff that's just not straight down the middle jazz stuff that I already knew about. The brand new audiophile reissues of the same fucking four cats, recycled over and over and over again. This pressing's better than that pressing, and this pressing, but this one's stereo. This one's got more semblance, and like, it's not that. It's new stuff you've never fucking heard of, or most of us haven't. You know what I mean? And that, to me, that's what it's all about. That's the killer shit right there, because we can argue about Coltrane and Miles Davis and Ornette Coleman and stuff like that, but we've all heard that, and I don't need 6 pressings of the same fucking thing over and over and over again. I want to find new stuff, because like I've said before, the biggest fear in my life is I'm going to die before I hear all the cool music that's out there. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't need to hear 40 pressings of Steely Dan. I want to hear new stuff, and not just new stuff, but stuff I missed. Stuff I'm too stupid to figure it out on my own. Anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out. What we're going to do, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and come back with a so to speak and chip chat. Oof, baby. Gonna have some cool stuff coming up. Let's just say, boom, bam, bam. We'll be right back.
Great Halloween parties begin at Walgreens. Candy, party decorations, masks, costumes, makeup. Everything you need for Halloween fun now at Walgreens.
Ever hear of a gift certificate that turns into a soft drink? Oh, it can happen this Halloween. When you give out McDonald's Halloween gift certificates, kids take them to McDonald's and they get a McDonald's soft drink. Oh, what is that? A book of 20 Halloween gift certificates costs only $1 and can turn into 20 regular soft drinks. It must be the magic of Halloween.
Nobody can do it like McDonald's can.
Nobody.
I'm Freddy Krueger, and you're invited to my special get-together. But beware, you may never leave. Dial this number now. I've got some grisly new tales for you. And if you're one of my lucky callers selected at random, you'll talk to me live while you're awake and safe. So dial this number now if you dare. Talk to me live. Freddy Krueger is waiting just for you.
$2 for the first minute, 35 cents each additional minute.
For Halloween, Toys R Us doesn't miss a trick, and the prices are a treat. We've got costumes for all Toys R Us kids, even grown-ups, and loads of candy, makeup, masks, and more. Toys R Us will make your Halloween supernatural.
This morning, Billy looked like any other boy, but as the moon rose, he turned into a werewolf. He used new Pa's Halloween makeup kits. His friends did too. Look, Mike's a vampire. Amy's a ghost. Pa's makeup is safer than masks. It never blocks vision, and it's hypoallergenic too. So watch your kids turn into the creatures they really are with new Pa's Halloween makeup kits.
Tales of horror that will give you the creeps.
This is going to be extremely painful, Mr. Verrill.
The most fun you'll ever have being scared. Creep Show. Rated R.
Now,
can I help you? Yes, I have Amazon Prime, and I'd like my free sub, please. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. You take your Amazon Prime, you link your Twitch account, then you get one free subscription to your favorite Twitch channel. I like it, Night. I like it at Mikey Bananas. He a funny guy, and a good-looking, too. Jay, not so much. Oh, I understand. How about some free soup, then? Link Amazon Prime to your Twitch account and subscribe to Grown Men Record Night for free. You gain access to sub badges and exclusive chat emotes. Subject to credit approval, avoid prohibited by law. See Twitch Broadcaster for complete details.
Boom, we're back, baby. We're back. Live. Unfettered. Live. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Man, it is getting close to Halloween. Been watching some scary movies, but I kind of dropped off. I need to jump back onto it. You guys doing the shit where you're watching as many like horror movies and stuff as you can, like in October? Scaretober or Halloween. We've been watching over on the Twitch side of things on Wednesday night. We've been watching some shot on video horror shit that's really sets the stage. really does set the stage for the Halloween vibes, man. One hundo. All right, let's jump into a little so to speak action here now.
soda speed.
All right, boom. So, well, Steve actually brought this soda over, but Steve has also drank the soda before and he left it, so I feel okay doing it. If not, I'll take it up with Steve later. So what we're talking about here is a Bundaberg Diet Ginger Beer brewed in Australia. Got a little kangaroo on the bottle here. Got a weirdo bottle, like a little pull tab kind of thing. And it's I love a diet ginger beer. One of my favorite things in the whole world. You see a little pull tab on there on the side? Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. I guess I grab it and pull it, right? Pulls it across the... It's weird. I like mixing... Oh, that's sharp metal. It pulled part of it off. God damn it. Fucking Australians. You can make Crocodile Dundee, but you can't do this. Better said, you can do BMX Bandits, but you can't do this. Whew. Boy, do I love BMX Bandits. Now, my favorite diet ginger beer would be the Barrett's out of the Caribbean, or Bermuda, I believe it is, specifically. So I'm interested to see what the Australian take on a diet ginger beer would be. You know, the Moscow Mule, which is kind of that's what I like, but I've actually learned, as much as I love lime, I like mine without lime. I just like vodka and diet ginger beer. Anyway. Foster's beer, drinking out of an oil can. All the oil cans of Foster's. My local music scene, Ziggy's, one of the legendary places, always had the oil cans of Foster's. But I always... An Australian told me one time, he's like, Foster's, Australian for Budweiser. Anyway. Smells pretty good. Oh, that is damn tasty. Very spicy, but not Blenheim's spicy. I'm just pouring it into a shot glass to see what consistency wise, like color wise. It looks like the Barrett's. It has that like milky consistency that I love about a ginger beer. That's actually one of the things that kind of tips me off, because Barrett's is almost white. It's like a white, like a translucent white. This is a little more ginger colored compared to that. I bet it's fantastic by itself. I bet it'll be a great mixer. If they got a phone number. I got a little sun down at the coast. Bottled and brewed by Bundaberg. Let's see. Brewed in Australia. What time is it in Australia? No phone number. What is this sweetened with? Cane sugar. Oh, it does have 6 grams of carbs. How do you call it? Oh, I guess it is diet. Only 6 carbs. Good stuff, though, man. And a neat bottle. I love it. I love a neat bottle. See my raccoon? My raccoon eyes here. That's good stuff, man. I really enjoy this. I may give this bottle to my mama. She collects like weirdo bottles and stuff. Bundaberg Diet Ginger Beer. Australian. Yeah, I got some sun. Did you catch any fish down there, Scotty? Good stuff. Man, that's really good. It makes me want to mix a drink. Probably shouldn't. Should I do it? No. None. It's been tough fishing. It's really been tough fishing. Whoa. Get off of that. I don't need you, Cortana. Get off me.
Potato chips, how my mom does do. Potato chips, how my mom does do.
Excesso calorious. Excesso.
There's a lot of stuff on the chip, is what you're saying.
Crunchy, don't bring me no
Those are thick.
Pampas.
Look at that.
Es delicioso.
Sting City. Okay, let's get into a little chip chat. I actually picked this up. This is a brand new chip, and one I feel pretty good doing. That Steve said he's actually had these before, so I don't feel like I'm, jumping the shark here. Because some of the stuff I want to wait for when Steve's over here. But it's a newer chip from the Lay's folks called Layers. It's 3 cheese flavored layers, crispy bites. They're called. Have you guys seen these in your local Rock and Ron? How you doing, buddy? Looks like a Funyun kind of thing, like a ring. It's interesting they call, I guess layers is because it's got, like, look in the middle. It's like a circle, like a Funyun, but there's like a little thing in the middle. I guess that's what the layers is supposed to be, right? All right, let's give them a shot. I've been excited about these, and it's a 3 cheese flavor, which, I'm a cheese guy, so. Oh, they smell really good. So, right off the bat, just by touching them, they kind of have a bugle consistency to them, but in this weird shape. It's like I don't know, it looks like a chitlin with like a line going through the middle of it. Five-second roll. They're light and crispy with lots and lots and lots of cheese flavor right off the rip. But I taste, even though it says 3 cheese just by default, I do taste like a sour cream thing. So if you're a fan of like cheddar and sour cream flavored chips, it's kind of right on point with that. I don't taste like straight down the middle cheese, honestly, which is what I prefer. I've always said just like a straight like cheese Lay's would be the best thing in the world. Imagine like a Kraft macaroni and cheese packet, that powdered cheese over Lay's potato chips. That would be the ultimate chip for me. While they've kind of done that with a couple of little things, but like they're kind of skippity doo-dah around the obvious, and that's going to be a good chip. It's like Cheez-Ums from Pringles, but the Lay's version. They did that last year and was actually one of our chip of the years. The like the Cheeto Lay's. The Bugle anything coated with Thompson's water seal. You know, Merv, Thompson's water seal is good on wood, brick, or concrete. I always liked on the commercial, they said concrete. It was like a 2-syllable word. I guess either way, it's a 2-syllable word. It's the emphasis on the syllable. These are really good though. Like I said, I do detect something else other than cheese. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm capping on a stack here. But they're good. Really good. Brand new, and it doesn't say limited time, which they're doing with chips a lot of nowadays. or they're only available for a limited time and da-da-da, then they're gone. I didn't say, let's see what it says about them. I'm not calling Lay's. Actually, I'm pretty sure at this point Lay's has my number blocked. Frito-Lay has blocked this cell phone number 100% by now. Bite-sized layers, crispy layers, tasty layers. Really? That's all you got to say about it? Literally, some marketing fuck got paid to write that. Bite-sized layers, crispy layers, tasty layers. No hype paragraph. I like a nice hype paragraph in my chips. You know what I mean? Like, you know, walking through the rural Wisconsin, you understand the taste and value and preciousness of fresh cheddar cheese and how that taste dripped over select Idaho potatoes. Like, you know, paint a picture. Give me something. That's like 3 little zing lines. That's lazy. That's lazy marketing. It worked, I guess, because I fucking bought them, but nevertheless, I feel that's a little light on the marketing tip. Yeah, how are you gonna know they're good if they don't tell you? Right, exactly. Because I've always said for the longest time, as a writer myself, that's like the ultimate job. Writing hype paragraphs on the back of a bag for potato chips. Man, I would do that for the rest of my life and be a happy ass camper doing that. The Robbie Noodleman chips. I was just telling cameraman. I don't think cameraman really knew that when I do the sign off and I give the physical address for the studio, that it's Robbie Noodleman. It's a Robbie Noodleman story. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. Mountain water fed potato spuds coated with Kraft mac and cheese dust. Yes. Boom. I mean, that's right. Right? Look, it's still early. Here's what we're going to do. Check it out. I don't want to cause a panic, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back over to Twitch. We're going to listen to a few more record albums. We're going to get cozy. We're going to get cozy with it. Salty mofos is all you need. That may be quote of the night. That's possibly quote of the night. I don't want to blow my wad here, but that's possibly quote of the night. See if I can find the Twitch graphic. For you guys that don't know, we're on Twitch. I gotta play records on Twitch. Don't be afraid of Twitch. Just a website. Just like YouTube. Only just they don't fuck with you for copyright and stuff. I can just never find the graphic to tell everybody to come over there. It's always just a little challenge for myself to find it every week. Some weeks it's harder than others. This is a harder week. Harder week. Can't find it. Graphic. Just could find the graphic. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to look anymore. Come over to Twitch. Got a graphic. It's in here. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. Banging ass way to end the vacation week. But come over to Twitch. Twitch.tv/Grown Man Record Night. We're going to listen to some of these record albums we talked about. A couple of these, the black jazz shits. I'm going to pop this Roland Haynes right now. We're going to listen to that first because I want to hear it. And we'll catch you guys over there. Appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend, man. Enjoy some football. Enjoy some wings. Enjoy your friends and family. Enjoy some cold beers. Good luck and God bless.